Hey everyone and welcome back. So I have a couple announcements to make today. So first up from Kino, we got a couple of upcoming 4K announcements. They definitely seem to be embracing the format pretty well. But first up, I do want to get to, they did detail their upcoming release of the John Woo film Hard Target, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's one I'm definitely very excited for. Due out on December 7th, and it is getting a new 4K transfer from the original negative of the longer international cut. And it is going to have a couple of new interviews, including From Hard Boiled to Hard Target, a new interview with director John Woo, Henriksen versus Van Damme, an interview with actor Lance Henriksen, Hard Times and the Big Easy, a new interview with actress Yancy Butler, Gunfu and Van Damage, a new interview with stunt coordinator Billy Burton, and also a new audio commentary track by action film historians Brandon Bentley and Mike Leader, as well as the theatrical trailer. And that is due out December 7th, so not too long away, about a month. And then coming up in January, they're releasing in 4K the film The Great Escape, and that it looks like it's porting over all of the existing extras, but it does actually have a couple new ones, or at least a new one. It looks like a new audio commentary track with filmmaker historian Steve Mitchell and Combat Films American Realism author Stephen J. Rubin. And if I'm not mistaken, this is actually not going to be an HDR release, but an SDR release. So it's not going to have the HDR pass, but it still should look pretty great in 4K. Another one that they announced coming in 4K on January 18th is the classic Some Like It Hot, and that is definitely going to have an HDR pass, and it's going to have a also a new commentary track, this one by film historian Joseph McBride, author of Billy Wilder, Dancing on the Edge. It also looks like it is also porting over a lot of the previous extras. Speaking of Billy Wilder, in the works for next year, they're also doing a 4K release of actually my favorite of his films, and that is The Apartment. No details at the moment, so probably be a little bit later in the year. And another one in the works for next year, one I'm super excited about, and that is a new 4K release of Brian De Palma's Dressed to Kill. And that is actually going to have a new HDR pass supervised by Brian De Palma. So anytime we can get some Brian De Palma in 4K, I am all for. Next up, Severin has announced their January titles. Just two, but two good ones. The first one is the classic Don't Go in the House, which I think previously was released by Code Red, if I remember correctly. It's getting a brand new transfer from the original negative, and it's going to have 3 cuts of the film. The original theatrical cut, which runs about 83 minutes, a TV cut of the film, which runs about 90 minutes, and then an integral cut, which runs about 92 minutes, which combines elements from both. Now that one is slated to be Region A locked, but they did let everyone know that there will be a Region B release coming from Arrow at some point. And the two releases actually should be similar. I believe they were sort of working together on this. And the other film coming from them in January is the film Delirium, directed by Peter Maris, also known as Psycho Puppet. The film, not the director. And this is kind of a big deal because I think a lot of the original elements are missing. You know, hopefully they're not gone, but definitely missing. So this is actually being transferred from the only known 35mm print. So it may look a little rough around the edges, but it may be our only option to actually see the film. So again, those are the January releases for Severin. I believe they are going to start announcing some of their Black Friday exclusive titles pretty soon. Probably after I record this video, but if so, I'll just get to them in the next one. So Scream Factory has announced 2 new titles coming out in January 11th, I believe, for both of them, and they're sort of more sexual thrillers type things. The first one is the movie The Temp, starring Timothy Hutton and Laura Flynn Boyle, and it's actually directed by Tom Holland, who directed Fright Night, one of my favorites. Now, details are still in the works, but again, that is due out January 11th, and the other one is Whispers in the Dark, and again, details on that are also in the works. But some of the ones that they did announce some details for are their upcoming release of The Vampire Lovers, which was actually one of their earlier releases, and they're revisiting it, and they are giving it a new transfer. So it's getting a new 4K scan from the original camera negative, porting over all the existing extras from before, but it is adding a couple new ones, including a new commentary track with film historian, author Dr. Steve Haberman, and film historian, filmmaker Konstantin Nasser, The Rapture of Cruelty, Carmilla in Classic Cinema, an audio essay read by actress Madeline Smith, To Love a Vampire, an introduction by actress Madeline Smith. Carnal Crimson, film historian author Kim Newman on the Carmilla legend. And Fangs for the Memories, film historian author Jonathan Rigby remembers the vampire lovers. That is coming December 21st. And coming December 7th, they did detail their upcoming release of the Krampus, the Naughty Cut, their 4K release. So it is going to have a 4K disc and a Blu-ray disc. The 4K disc is going to have the film, obviously, the Naughty Cut with additional scenes and language that was cut to get the PG-13 rating. The transfer was supervised by director Michael Dougherty. It's going to have a new Dolby Atmos track, and he's going to have an audio commentary with director, co-writer Michael Dougherty, and co-writers Todd Casey and Zach Shields. And then the Blu-ray is going to have obviously the film, obviously the Dolby Atmos track, including a lot of new interviews, including A Dash of Mischief, an interview with director, co-writer Michael Dougherty, Storm of the Centuries, an interview with producer Todd Casey, The Great Protector, an interview with actor David Koechner, Something Bad Happened on Christmas, an interview with actress Allison Tolman, Max's Journey, an interview with actor MJ Anthony, Lord of the Things, an interview with Weta's Richard Taylor, Mapping Mythology, an interview with storyboard artist Simon Wilkins, Simeon Wilkins. I'm totally mispronouncing that name, aren't I? Krampus, an interview with performer Luke Hawker. A Winter Chorus, an interview with composer Douglas Pipes. And then it ports over the extras from the theatrical released version. And again, that is due out December 7th. And then they have released two more limited edition exclusives from the Roger Corman library, which are available right now. So the first one is Angels Hard as They Come. This is actually co-written and produced by Jonathan Demme. And this has a new 2K scan from the Inner Positive. And then the other one is Bury Me an Angel, also with a new 2K scan from the Inner Positive. Each one is limited to 1,500, and again, they are exclusive to the Shout Factory website. And, oh, actually, I thought they were available right now, but it looks like they're releasing next week, but you can pre-order them right now. They're due out November 16th. So that's it for this news video. Obviously, there's a lot more I need to get to, and I know stuff is actually literally being announced, I think, right after I'm recording this. So yes, a lot more I need to cover, but definitely wanted to get these announcements out of the way. So let me know your thoughts, and as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.